we welcome you to an evening of award presentation, music, and beautiful dance, and of course the cocktail and dinner. I'm handing over the proceedings at this point to Dr. Venkatramana.
Yesterday we felicitated our own colleagues who have done some service to the society, some service to CSEPI, and some service to AOFC. Today, some more colleagues will be felicitated on this occasion. I request Dr. Narayan Reddy to do the felicitations to them.
Distinguished delegates, many people helped me in conducting this conference and make it a grand success. There is a saying from a very renowned musician called Saint Tyagaraja, who said, I'll first narrate in his native language and translate in English, Endaro Mahanubhavalu, Andariki Vandanamalu. That means there are many great souls. My salutations there for everyone. But here, due to time constraint, I have to select only a few and express my gratitude and thanks to them. The first one is Dr. Ankur Agarwal, who has really helped me to get as many delegates to the conference as possible, and he also helped the AOFS by getting them members, by demanding collecting the membership fees from them. So Ankur, thank you very much, and we would like to acknowledge in grateful thanks his contribution to the society. The plaque reads, presented to Ankur Agarwal in recognition of his outstanding services to the Asia Oceania Federation for Sexology and Council of Sex Education Parent International, signed Namchial Park, President AOFS, and Sanjay Deshpande, Chairperson, Chennai, India. Sanjay Deshpande, please. Then the yin and yang, the male and female principle, the couple I have to acknowledge with grateful thanks for the tremendous help they extended to me in the successful conduction of the conference. I cannot single one of them out and then leave the other person out. I have to acknowledge both of them. T. Kamaraj and Dr. Jayarani Kamaraj, as a couple, they really helped me out. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to them. The plaque reads as presented to Comrade Tangasamy in recognition of his services rendered to the 15th Congress of Asia Oceania Federation for Sexology and CSEPI 34th National Conference of Sexology. Signed, Namchial Park, President AOFS, and Narayan Reddy, President-elect, Chennai, India, August 18, 2018. Presented to Dr. Jayarani Kamaraj in recognition of our services rendered to the 15th Congress of Asia Oceania Federation for Sexology and CSEPI 34th National Conference of Sexology. Signed Namchial Park, President EOFS, Narayan Reddy, President-elect, Chennai, India, 18th August 2018. Dr. Jayarani.
My friends, now CSEPI, on behalf of CSEPI, we honor our man, our philosopher, our guide, our teacher, now has become President of AOFS, Dr. Dega Narayan Reddy. We request him to come here. Let us do this salutation. I request our chairman to do that. Now it's our chairman now has become Joint Secretary to AOFS, our Sanjay Deshpande. Which I request Archana to come and perform the felicitation program for him.
Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Good evening to all the wonderful doctors present here. Firstly, on behalf of Maham Enterprises and my own behalf, I would like to sincerely thank Dr. Narayan Reddy for giving us this opportunity once again to entertain all of you with our dance ensemble this evening. This topic is normally considered a taboo in the dancing and music world because sex is always considered a bad word, but I know here I can speak about it casually and all of you will also react very normally. And I will not have any eyebrows or eyes raising and saying, what are you saying? And having said that, I sincerely place on record my thanks to Dr. Narayan Reddy because he's been doing so much of human service in promoting this whole concept of sexual health amongst the common man. So please give him a big round of applause for that. Madanotsavam, as we have already printed, is all about entertaining you through dance and talking about some of these topics that are considered taboo in the society today. But before all that, we'd like to first open with an interesting introduction, invocation, and celebration of the art form. Dance is a total experience of the mind, body, and soul. And we as dancers enjoy entertaining any audience. And we look forward to that reciprocation because that is the beauty of a live art form. When you're on stage and you perform, the reaction is instant. You don't have to wait for a week or 10 days to find out what they felt about your performance. It happens instantaneously. So here we go. We begin with a celebration of the art form with the dancers of the Anusham group of performing arts in collaboration with Maham. So are you all ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you all awake first? I know you've had a very tiring day today, but just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience of art. Thank you. Lights கொஞ்சம் dim பண்ண முடியுமா? Stage lights கொஞ்சம், house lights கொஞ்சம். House lights. House lights கொஞ்சம். Okay. போட்டுருங்க. Track one போட்டுருங்க. Track one. Thank you, girls. That was a fabulous innovation, an introduction, and a prayer to all the gods in their own style. We've kept it not too traditional, but at the same time not too contemporary, like Dr. Narayan Reddy wanted. We're trying to blend as many art forms as we can. So the next piece that they're going to be presenting is basically when it comes to sensuality and the rasa that is evoked in the Natya Shastra is called Shringaram. Shringaram basically depicts love. And when we depict love, we always think of the god of love and his consort, Manmata, and his consort Rati. And we always show them in joyous union, spritefully dancing away and enjoying, and not worrying about anything else other than the moment of their sensual pleasures and love and happiness and joy. To present this, we are going to be showing you a style that is called Odissi. I'm sure most of you here have watched Odissi performances before as well, so I'm not here to take a class on Odissi. This is a very, very graceful and it's a free-flowing style. It is not very rigid, so the free flow that you find in sensuality comes through this style in a very beautiful way. So here we have our dancers presenting the joyous union of Rati and Manmata through Odissi. After which we are going to be dealing with some of the gory facts that we are facing in today's world, especially when it comes to sexual health and mental health in general. So let's first enjoy the sensuality. Thank you, girls. They have come down specially for the purpose of performing at this conference all the way from Bangalore. So I thank you both for giving us a lovely Odissi experience. Sensuality, sexuality is supposed to be worshipped. It is supposed to be something that is so divine. I think that is why we have such erotic sculptures outside our temples. You go to Khajuraho, you go to Chidambaram, you go to Alagarkoil in Madurai, you find some very erotic sculptures, and sometimes you wonder, but then that's when you think, if a sculpture finds its place outside a temple, which is the highest form of divinity and respect and dignity, then why do we keep thinking about teaching the next generation about what sexual health is all about? Why do we keep saying taboo? Why do we keep saying those are bad words? Why do we feel afraid to talk to our children about abuse? This is what we are going to be presenting as a small dance piece for you as the next piece, all about child abuse, in as dignified a way as possible, keeping the respect of the stage in mind, about what it is if an evil mind tries to abuse an innocent little mind. Ladies and gentlemen, child abuse. Thank you, girls. And on that note, I want to have an interaction with the audience today. What we tried to depict was not about the sympathy that a girl or a boy needs after being abused as a child, but what needs to be done if they need to speak about it. So I would like to call Dr. Reddy on stage because I want to have a dialogue with you before we move to the next presentation. Dr. Reddy, if you may please indulge me for a few minutes. He was not prepared for this. I'm just doing this as a surprise. But I want to ask you a question, Dr. Reddy. We were only able to depict the positivity that we can show through dance after somebody is abused as a child. But what actually needs to be done? I'm helpless, I'm unaware. So if you can share just some basic points, that would be very helpful for somebody like me.
I think we have to have a long-term strategy. One is creating an awareness, and number two, education. Education to defend themselves and to lodge a complaint with their parents or somebody when such an abuse takes place.
What if the parents don't want to listen to the complaint? That seems to be the problem today.
In most cases, the abuse is perpetuated by persons known to the child very much. So the parent disbelieve when the girls go and complain to the mother or the father that whether this can really happen or the child has mistaken it.
I'm going to thank you, doctor, for that. I'm just going to throw open this to the international foreign delegates who are here. How, anybody can answer me, how is this concept of child abuse dealt with in your countries, in your field of work? Anybody from this table?
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank you and the dancers for the marvelous presentation today. I come from Finland. My name is Tommi Palanen. I would say that one key element in being successful of supporting girls and families would be adamant support by the professionals, that when somebody comes to them with a concern, they need to be very supportive from the beginning. Because quite often in different settings, you see this situation that somebody questions, did it really happen? You know, maybe it was nothing, and something like that. So they belittle the problem, and in this case, usually the victims will, okay, they don't want to hear this, because they feel the shame when they try to talk about it. And if the shame is echoed by the professional, then usually people just drop it, they stay silent. So we need to fight the shame and be very supportive from the beginning and believe what people say to us. I'd say like this.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I think what I have understood from this is that you have to first stop being ashamed if you have been sexually abused as a child and have the strength to talk about it. And I think as a mother, I have to have the strength to be able to listen to it if I have to listen to it at some point in time from any child, not just my own, but any child. We're now going to move on to the next presentation. And this is again a very interesting topic that is being spoken about world over today. In our Hindu dharma, the Sanatana dharma, we worship the woman and the man as equal halves, which is why Lord Shiva gave half of his body to Parvati, and they call it Ardhanarishwara. And he says, you own 50% of everything that I own. So the concept of Ardhanarishwara is there from those days. We also know of stories in our mythology, especially in the Mahabharata, where Arjuna does a sex change and becomes a transgender and lives in anonymity as Brihannala for almost a year before he gets back to being who he is, and then they fight the great Kurukshetra war. A warrior so powerful as Arjuna takes up the form of a transgender because that keeps up his identity and dignity. I respect the late former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi, for using the word Tirunangai as a terminology for transgenders in the Tamil speaking parlance. He was the one who said, please don't call them, you don't use the word Ali, say Tirunangai. And ever since, we've been using that word when we have to talk about transgenders. And I have always noticed that these transgenders are extremely, extremely confident about themselves. They're extremely dignified about who they are and where they want to be. We have a transgender in our dance community called Nartaki Natraj. She's really scaling great heights in the field of Bharatanatyam. Another social activist who is a very popular commentator on television, Apsara Reddy, is again a transgender. We're seeing a lot of transgenders coming up in different fields today. But having said that, do we still give the respect that they demand? Or do we give them that 500 rupees in the signal of the traffic because we are scared they will curse us? This is something we need to think about and ponder about. So let's watch what it is to be a transgender and why transgenders are being abused today.
Janakitatam tadhitam tadhitam tajjanakitatatam janakitatam janakitataga janakitatam tadhitam tadhitam tajjanakitatatam janakitatam janakitataga janakitatam tadhitam Janakitataga janakitatam tadhitam tadhitam tajjanakitatatam janakitatam janakitataga janakitatam tadhitam tadhitam tajjanakitatatam janakitatam janakitataga tam 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 taritam tadim dim dim janatam tadum tam tam juritam tanam nam nam kidatam tadam tam tam taritam tadim dim dim janatam tadum tam tam juritam tanam nam nam kidatam tadam tam tam taritam tadim dim dim janatam tadum tam tam juritam tanam nam nam kidatam tadam tam tam taritam tadim dim dim janatam tadum tam tam juritam tanam nam nam kidatam taritam tadanatam tajutam tadinitam 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 taritam tadanatam tajutam tadinitam
Hello girls, this is Ponni. She'll be joining us in our upcoming performances. Ponni, can you show us what you have learned in the previous class?
takachona, takiti takachona, takatimi takachona, takiti takachona, takatimi takachona, takiti takachona, takiti takachona, takiti takachona, takatimi takachona, tachunu 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 takatimi takachona, takatimi takachona, takatimi takachona, gung gung gung, takatimi takachona, gung gung gung, takatimi takachona, takatimi takachona, takatimi takachona.
Girls, what's happening here? She's also a fellow human being. Do not ill-treat her. The deity we all worship and respect, Lord Shiva himself is incarnated into a form of Ardhanarishwara. So treat her with the respect she deserves. Be kind to her and treat her equally.
Janana janana tanana tanana tom, janana janana tanana tanana janana janana tanana tanana tom, janana janana tanana tanana tom, janana janana tanana tanana geeta dhuni ko takadhim natr kita tom naach rahe gori taare taare tom fir tom geeta dhuni ko takadhim natr kita tom naach rahe gori taare taare tom fir tom taane gaave takadal tai tai taane gaave takadal tai tai takatana dhim takida takadhim dhim takida takadhim dhim takida takadhim hatato geeta dhuni ko takadhim padumana bhatumhari leela padumana bhatumhari leela kya kaho main saavaro taap sankat sharanayo so hamaro tumharo tajin tajin tirana dari tani tani tajin tajin tirana tani som tata tata dari tata nagara tani alari galari tata gata chara tata gamam tani tata gatam tara din 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 takatana alari tom 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 takatana tani alari geeta dhuni ko takadhim natr kita tom naach rahe gori taare tai tom fir tom aare tai tom fir tom aare tai tom fir tom geeta dhuni ko takadhim niku takadhim niku takadhim.
Ponni is a transgender Bharatanatyam dancer and she came to perform today specially as part of this program. So, நீங்க ஏதாவது சொல்ல விரும்புனீங்கன்னா நீங்க சொல்றத நான் உங்களுக்கு அப்படியே இங்கிலீஷ்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுவேன்.
உண்மையிலே இந்த நிகழ்வில் நடந்தது தான் என்னோட வாழ்க்கையிலே நடந்த விஷயங்கள். நான் சென்னைக்கு வந்தபோது பெரிய கனவுகளோடு வந்தேன். ஒரு பேண்ட் ஷர்ட்டில் இருக்கும்போது கலையை கற்றுக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் கிடைச்சிது. ஆனால் அதே இது டான்ஸ் ஏரியிலையோ இதுலேயோ போய் வாய்ப்புகள் கேட்கும்போது மறுக்கப்பட்டது.
What was shown here is what happened in my life. I came with a lot of dreams and hopes to Chennai. When I wore a pant shirt and went and asked for dance performance opportunities, it was given to me. But when I wore this sari and when I asked for the same opportunity, it was denied. அப்புறம்
பல மேடைகளுக்கு பல பெரிய டான்ஸஸ் வீட்டுக்கெல்லாம் போய் கேட்டிருக்கேன். அந்த தருணத்தில் தான் எனக்கு நான் எம்எஸ்டபிள்யூ இங்கே சென்னையில் நான் படித்தேன். அதில் எனக்கு லட்சுமி மேம் பிரியா முரளி மேடம் மூலமாக சிவகுமார் சார், நரேந்திர சார் இவங்க எல்லாரையும் எனக்கு அறிமுகப்படுத்தி விட்டாங்க. அவங்க மூலமாக இந்த பரதக்கலையை கற்றுக்கிட்டேன். அதோட நட்டுவாங்கம் பண்ணேன். இப்போ ஸ்லம் பீப்புளுக்கு நான் இலவசமாக பரதநாட்டிய கிளாஸ் எடுத்துகிட்ருக்கேன்.
Do you need a translation? Already I see few hands clapping, but then let me translate. She had a lot of trouble, but after that she has knocked on the doors of several senior dance gurus, but was sent back with no proper response. But after that, through the dancer Priya Murali, who is a very dear friend of mine, she learnt the art form through Guru Shivakumar and Narendra, who runs the Anusham Dance School, who is literally a brother for me from another mother. We perform together. And she says, after that, the sky has been the limit. She is very proficient in dance as well as the art form of Nattuvangam, which is again a very, very special art form. You watch the lady standing there with two cymbals. You have to sync it to beat and speak the bowl properly for the dancer to dance well. And she is teaching dance now for slum-dwelling children. Thank you. Thank you, Ponni. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your experience. And thank you for boldly performing your story to us. Truly blessed. Thank you. So, having said that, we now come to the finale, the conclusion of this evening's performance with a famous sloka which is Asatoma Satgamaya, from darkness to light, from falseness to truth, from the ridiculous to the sublime. Let there be peace, happiness and prosperity only in all our lives. And at this juncture, I sincerely place on record my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Narayan Reddy for inviting me over the second time to present in my own little way what I could and have understood of what it is to actually speak about sexual health. I understand it is not at all easy, and all of you, a big round of applause to all you amazing doctors who are doing such good work all over the world, trying to keep up this topic alive and making people understand what sexual health is all about. Let us hope and pray that this changes and we all march forth towards that eternal light of bliss and happiness. Asatoma Sadgamaya for all of you. That was the entire group of dancers for you this evening. Completely coordinated today by Purnima, who is Narendra's senior disciple. And Purnima, I want you to introduce the dancers.
In no particular order. Bhavna, Sahana, Matangi, Vasant JJ, Punni Abhinaya, Shubhalakshmi, and Abarna.
Thank you to this amazing group of dancers who always bring my vision so beautifully into dance form and support my vision so beautifully. Thank you, and a big thank you to Narendra, even though he's not here. And I will be failing in my duty if I do not thank Srimati Lalita Rai and Gautam Rai of Marandishwara Enterprises for always believing in Maham and myself and trusting us and giving us such great platforms. It's thanks to her that I came to know Dr. Reddy, and she always calls me for some very challenging events. So thank you, Lali Auntie, for knowing me probably before the time I was born and standing by me all the way through. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gautam, for everything. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Dr. Narayan Reddy to honor Madhavanti, and Dr. Jairani would like to say a few words.
So Madhavanti, that was very inspiring, very nice, and it is really, we're all spellbound with your wonderful performance and choreographing everything, and we really felt the sexuality and sensuality depicted in a very nice way, and I thank you for that. And beyond everything, I was surprised in such an event, you take the cotton into bliss, all the saris, everything was in cotton, which is a real traditional thing, so I feel very proud, and I really appreciate your endeavor.
This was an amazing performance, and especially the one which you showed on sexual abuse. What I feel is that that particular video should be made for YouTube, which we can show to our children and, you know, sort of tell them that look how it is done. Basically, the person who abuses initially befriends the person and then abuses the person. So this is the way in which children can be taught that this is a person who is going to be, whom you know who might abuse you. And this should be coming on YouTube, please.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much.
And friends, as a token of our appreciation, gratitude to Madhavanti,
You
we would
said
like
it's
to
not
honor
there. I had a knock on my head yesterday, so I think this is like a reassurance to my head that it's still in the right place. Thank you.
It's like a helmet. I won't touch it.
No, thank you. I had a fall
I know.
yesterday, actually. Thank you.